ghost. You're haunting me.
Bezmála 1000 dní kralující šampion welterové váhy David Kozma bude čelit svému dosud nejnebezpečnějšímu vyzývateli. A tím není nikdo jiný než Leandro Apollo Silva.
Surprise, surprise, I'm here now. Kozma is a great fighter, but he hidden.
Král welteru se neschovává, titul OKTAGONu mi nikdo nevezme.
I'm gonna smash David Kozma. Check her pull butt.
Trojka polotěžké váhy Viktor Pešta.
Momentálně jednička divize Attila Vek. Tímto bych ho chtěl vyzvat.
David Spartan Hošek a jeho pověstné bomby. Proti němu Hulk ve službách OFI. Tarhan Ibragimov.
Я иду за поясом 84 килограмма. Я король этой категории.
Inkvizitor Miroslav Brož v souboji s Christianem Jungwirtem.
Tak teď už to bude přestřelka. A jedeme bez hlavy po dálnici.
MMA neporažený Matěj Many Peňáz a Branislav Zuzák. A česká bantamová jednička Filip Macek versus Luka Jovine. 29.5. živě na oktagon.tv.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Theatre of Dreams is open once more. Octagon 23 is underway, and we are live on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside my honey, your honey, Rastio Hanalai, and we are going to be commentating on 13 fantastic fights. Opening up with this one, Rastio, Roman Paulus taking on Michal, Miguel, Conrad. Now, he was last out in Octagon 21. Such an important fight for this man. He beat Luchovic by first round rear naked choke. He's talked since then about the fact that if he had lost that fight, he was looking at retiring from the sport. What that win has given him is not just a number in the win column once again, but rejuvenated his passion for training, his passion for competition, and he's looking to put on an extremely big and important performance against the rising star that Roman Paulus is.
First of all, thank you very much. It's great to be back. This fight starts as an early prelim, new thing to the Octagon events. And first, Michal Konrad, finally he was able to get that much needed win. In his previous fight, he knows how it feels to be on the losing streak. He doesn't want to be there again. Even in those fights that he lost, he wasn't doing a bad job. You know, he had great performances, but there was always something that made him lose the fight. Even, for example, with Jakub Tichota or with Legierski, he took that fight on short notice. You know, that says a lot about his mentality. He wants to be there, he wants to fight, and he doesn't handpick his opponents. You know, and that's exactly right now what he's doing. He wants to go back in the winning column. He wants to get on the winning streak, and he hopes to do this right now with Roman Paulus.
Yeah, you talk about his mentality. Let's also talk about his record. The record of 6-8, so a negative record. But within that, you look at his wins. 4 of those 6 wins are by finish, 3 submissions and 1 knockout. A very, very dangerous individual. Let's welcome his opponent. And there we hear the scream from Roman Paulus. Now, this is a man you know extremely well, Rastio. A record of 3-0. He is undefeated as an amateur as well as the Octagon Challenge Season 5 champion. There is nothing you cannot say about this man that does not include the words potential, does not include the words talent, but also when you talk about his preparation, hard work as well. At 20 years of age, to have the world in his hand like he has now and the potential that he is showing, it's a very exciting prospect we're seeing here in Octagon.
I watch this guy since his amateur fights, and he impresses me with each of his performances every time. Even though it's a close fight, sometimes he finishes up with the high kick and wins in the 3rd round. He's still in the game during the whole fight. he can win fights by submissions, by TKOs, by decisions. He's surrounded with all the right people, and I expect only big things from him.
You see there, Attila there, one of his coaches, one of his mentors as well. And you talk about the ways that he can win fights. For me, I was so impressed when you jump back to Octagon 20 when he beat Tomasz Zajek by unanimous decision. For me, it wasn't just the skill set he showed. It was the intelligence within that fight. He found a way to win. He realized his grappling was a different level to his opponents. So from rounds 2 to 5, that's what he engaged with. He wasn't a young 20-year-old just throwing all the emotions into a fight. He fought a very calculated battle, a very impressive performance, and that's what earned him the title.
Yeah, usually he feels very confident in the stand-up, but with Tomasz Zajec, it was different. Tomasz Zajec has a very strong right hand, and he felt it. He felt it, and he did not want to risk it anymore. He didn't want to risk the losing of the Octagon Challenge finally. So he decided to change the strategy, take his opponent to the ground, and that's what won him the fight.
We see there the final checks before he enters the cage, where you join us for the Facebook prelims live on YouTube as well. For the first time ever here at Octagon, you get a taste of the action for free. We are set for this bout. Roman Paulus taking on Michal, Miguel, Konrad.
Dámy a pánové, chlapci a děvčata, moji milí samurové, ještě jednou krásný dobrý večer na turnaji OKTAGON 23. Děkujeme vám všem, kteří se díváte na oktagon.tv a zdravíme taky vás všechny, kteří v tuto chvíli sledujete živě tento zápas na našich sociálních sítích, co znamená na Facebooku Octagon MMA a stejně tak na YouTube. Vítejte v pevnosti Brno. Máme před sebou naprosto fantastický úvodní zápas a tak si jej pojďme také společně užít. Vaším rozhodčím v Octagonu bude Tomáš Bronder. Pojďme si představit oba muže. Nejprve modrý roh. 28 let, 176 cm, 66 kg na váze, gorila MMA pod trenérem Pepou Gorilou Králem, Filipem Miňovským, Patrikem Balovem a Ivanem Ilinským. Má na svém kontě mezi profesionály 12 zápasů. 6 vítězství, z toho 4 ukončil před limitem a 7 porážek. 12 váhy. Michal, Miguel, Konrad! Červený roh. 20 let, 175 cm, 66 kg, Spartacus Fight Gym. Attila Vek, Jan Hudák a Richard Kon jsou jeho trenéři. 3 zápasy, 3 vítězství, 3 ukončení. Šampion poslední série Octagon výzvy za deepcbd.cz v Červeném rohu a také za Slovensko. 13 této váhy Roman Paulus!
Hi, you know rules. Follow my instruction and protect yourself all time. When I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch gloves, let's do it now and back to the corner, please.
So we are set and ready for the opening bout here at Octagon 23. Roman Paulus in the red corner, Mikhail, Miguel, Conrad in the blue me brown lacy alongside Rastio Hanalai calling the action for you here. And they touch gloves. Instantly you have the southpaw versus orthodox stance between the two. Roman Paulus looking to take the center of the cage. He just looks so calm and chilled. To say that he is stepping in here just for his 4th professional fight, it's unreal to see this sort of composure in a 20-year-old.
Yeah, I wish I was like this in his age.
I wish I was like this now. And I'm still searching for that inner calm, that inner still. Maybe I need to get myself some of this deep CBD.
See, Paulus took the center of the cage early. I thought Conrad would be the one who will try to close the distance and be on the inside, in the middle, just dictating the tempo. But right now, Paulus is just keeping his distance and he's trying to see what he can do with Konrad, and still avoid any clinches and any takedowns.
Interestingly, so far, every time they've switched stances, they've mirrored each other. So the lead hand, the jabbing hand is matching, almost judging the range, pouring at each other. So there they go again.
Yeah, it makes you very unpredictable once you switch stances. But they got a great coach for the switching stances. Attila Vek is the head coach of the Spartacus Fight Gym, where Paulus trains, and he did it perfectly in his fight. And he taught Paulus also how to do it, and that's what he does right now, and he does very well.
Looks very slick, very comfortable on the feet. Conrad also now taking the center of the cage. Size-wise, though, just look at the upper body of Conrad. He looks so much more powerfully built than Paulus, and Paulus has got to respect that sort of power, especially with that right hand.
Oh! Beautiful timing right there. I thought that the size difference would be the strategy for Konrad. You know, that he'll try to close the distance and clinch with him and take him down. But we see that Konrad feels quite confident also in the stand-up.
Yeah, and Conrad talked openly about that last fight in Octagon 21, that victory, how it's changed his mentality. He still loves this sport, he still loves this journey, but he's taken the pressure off himself, and you can see that in the cage instantly. He's very loose, very comfortable.
Yeah, he is, but I must say he needs to be careful with those hands downs, because Paulus' high kicks are notorious, just like his teammates Ludovic Klein. They both can execute it very well, and that's what Konrad needs to be aware of.
You talked to me a little bit about that teammate in particular, and they talked about the sparring and watching this young man grow.
Once again.
It's a high kick, as you called it. And Ludwig Klein is extremely high on Paulus and his potential, right?
Yeah, exactly. He says that he's evolving right in front of his eyes. You know, usually it was just an easy round of sparring for Klein, but right now it's still getting harder and harder to spar with him, and maybe he needs to find another sparring partner if he wants to rest.
And now we see Conrad with this top position in the center of the cage as well. Oh, a nice dig to the body there from Conrad.
Yeah, this is what Conrad does best. Is ground and pound from top position. He's got very strong ground and pound. You can hear his punches. There's a lot of power behind them.
Nice knee shield in there from Paulus, trying to make some space, but that pressure from the top from Conrad. And a constant threat, short elbow there as well. What would you like to see from Paulus here? Should he be working his way towards the cage, trying to build that base to stand up, or is it just a case of avoiding damage now from these big shots?
I think right now he wants to do some damage from the bottom, but I see that he's trying to catch, to control arms of Konrad, and that may be signal of trying to set up a submission, or maybe just to set up a better position from doing damage from the bottom position.
When you look at his record, he does have 2 victories by submission on his professional record already. But Conrad looks very strong here. Like you said, this is his bread and butter. If he can get this position, he's happy to work from inside the guard. 10 seconds left in this first round. Oh.
Yeah, he decided to open his guard, and Conrad doesn't play this game, so he decided to stand up.
Sees that first round out. Wow, what a 5 minutes of action that was between these two. Now, Rastio, looking at that, what adjustments do you need to see from Paulus, and what would you like to see from Conrad going into the second round?
I'm pretty sure that we won't see any low kicks from Paulus in the second, because he tried it, and Conrad was waiting for it and used it against him and went for the takedown, which was executed quite easily thanks to this move. He needs to concentrate mainly on boxing and setting up that high kick. I think that's a way for Paulus how to win. We found out that the strength difference is there, that Konrad is much more powerful on the ground, and he did not let Paulus do pretty much anything from the ground.
And there we see the takedown. Like he said, almost effortless there. Took this position and saw the rest of the round out from here. Oh, lovely short elbow inside.
Yeah, the damage on the ground was, I must say, equal from the top and from the bottom. So in these situations, the points goes to the dominant one, to the top one.
Round 2 set to go underway. You see the tip sport odds there. Paulus 3.6. Surprising?
No. I think the betting agencies and the people see that on the ground, Paulus doesn't have any answer for Konrad's offense.
We are set underway again. Paulus in the red corner, Conrad in the blue. See what little adjustments he made. Like we said, very intelligent fighter and a fantastically experienced corner as well. I'd love to know what the words of wisdom were in that minute break. But Conrad can come in and look to be confident to do exactly this, because he looked extremely strong on top. And you didn't even see a look from Paulus as if he was going to be able to break this this top position.
Yeah, I think he even wanted to defend this takedown, but it was just no way. It was just one-man show right now. This takedown, he wanted it and he took it.
Now working right in the corner there of Paulus as well. Oh, he's trying to trap that right arm behind the back. See that become more and more common in these positions, but even from this, we're seeing a slightly different approach from Conrad. Much more pressure, really imposing that size. There needs to be some urgency from Paulus, right? He's got to make space, got to somehow get a base to get back to his feet.
Yeah, right now Conrad is doing all the right moves, all the right things to make life as miserable as it gets for Paulus. And now great.
It's just got worse, exactly that. He's just set the hooks, taken the back.
He took the back as soon as he could, and he did it very smoothly. And right now he's trying to control Paulus's arms, his hands. Oh yeah, because Paulus is controlling Konrad's left hand, and Konrad needs that hand to execute the rear naked choke from this position.
But he has lots of time now in round 2, 2 minutes 30 seconds to work in. Now he set that body triangle.
And that's very difficult position for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And especially with the sort of grappling acumen on the back, like Conrad claimed his last victory by rear naked choke. Oh, that's not under the chin, but look at the strength. Paulus trying to force that arm up above his chin.
Yeah, this is more of a neck crank. It was on the chin. It needed to be under the chin, and he got away.
And now it's just a case of surviving these attacks, because they're going to keep coming from Conrad. Very comfortable from this position in the center of the cage as well. What does that do as far as stopping Paulus being able to use that cage to get back to his feet?
Yeah, if they were closer to the cage, Paulus can use the cage, you know, to turn around, to sweep, and just to push himself off the cage, you know, just to change the position a bit. But because right now the position is all about Conrad, you know, he's got his hooks in, and he can control where Paulus will move. He needs to escape from at least one of those hooks to move the way he needs to.
Again, Conrad looking to try and force that forearm under the chin. Still, Paulus defends.
From what I see, I must say it was a really tough training camp for Paulus, because I think he was prepared for this. I think he was prepared that he's going to have Conrad on his back, and Conrad is very calm. Both of these rounds are going his way, so there's no need for him to change anything.
Yeah, absolutely executing the perfect game plan. Took the takedown with ease in this round. slid to the back, set those hooks, and now peppering shots. 25 seconds left in round number 2. And this leaves it all to do for Paulus. He's really, if he sees the end of this round and moves out for round number 3, they have to know they're behind and they've got to come out and make something happen, which with desperation can come mistakes.
Yeah, the desperation is one thing, but the conditioning is another. And I must say, conditioning is one of the Conrad's strongest sides. So we'll see, but great end of the round for Paulus. He was able to get the top position for the first time in this fight, but with not enough time left.
Yeah, certainly sent a little message there at the end of the round, exploded out of that, and turned around, tried to get one shot off before that final buzzer went. But now we have 5 minutes for this fight to be decided. And you have to say it's uphill for Paulus. He needs to make something happen. He's certainly got the skills to do that. But you know, Conrad, this is what he's going to be coming out and looking to make happen again in round 3, right?
Exactly. Once he found out that he can go for a takedown without any setup, you know, just decided to go and execute it this way. That gives him a lot of confidence to do it once again in the third.
So here we see some more the dominant action from Conrad in round number 2. Round 3 set to get underway here at Octagon 23. 5 minutes now for this bout to be decided. And let's see how many seconds it takes Conrad to look for that double leg once more. Or can Paulus pull something out of the bag? Some magic from the toolkit of weapons that he possesses.
Paulus needs to be right now much lighter on those feet. I think the conditioning on him is not, we can see that is worse than on Konrad. Konrad is in great shape. He can do 15 minutes, no problem.
A lot of the promo has been on Roman Paulus, obviously claiming that Octagon Challenge title as well as undefeated as an amateur, undefeated as a pro. But you've got to give credit to, oh, that's a solid shot though.
This is his signature combination, but Conrad did a great job. He saw that and he blocked it.
Conrad has been absolutely solid throughout so far. Oh, ducks down there. You've got to be careful with that. Can't just put your head down.
Hey. Finally, we see some clinch with Paulus doing all the pressure. That's a surprise to me.
Yeah, showing he has the strength and the technique still. Oh, huge right hand over the top. Hit the corner there. But that's the reaction from Conrad.
Great decision by Conrad right now to go for a takedown. It's great fight IQ. Once they separated, Paulus thought that Conrad will need some time to recover, but Conrad went right away when Paulus was totally relaxed.
There's lots of times you hear people talk about timing with striking, but timing with wrestling as well is an absolute key and such a skill, and that's what Conrad executed there. He didn't give the space or the time for Paulus to set, and he used that to his advantage. Again in this top position, Conrad. Now up against the cage. What would you like to see from Paulus here?
I must say, I don't want to see Paulus on his feet again. I want to see him try some submission when he had open guard. Right now, he closed the guard, and you don't see many submissions when the guard is this low. The guard is closed behind his back. If he wants to do some submissions, he needs to have high guard, you know, behind his shoulder blades, and that's not happening right now. So maybe some armbar, some triangle, but it's making him very tough for Paulus right now to do it with his back broken like that against the cage.
Still the pressure comes from Conrad. Slightly despondent look from Paulus on the bottom there. 1 minute 45 seconds, and we have got Another 12 fantastic fights, including Petra Kanidze taking on Andrei Fuzi in our main event. You can join us, octagon.tv on pay-per-view. That is where we will be jumping after this bout. There's still 1 minute 30 seconds for this one to be decided.
We see there swelling on the forehead and also under the eye of Paulus. I don't know if that happened on the ground or if in some extent changes in the stand-up, but that says something about Konrad's power, about his technique.
Oh, but look at that. There's the turnaround from Paulus. He's now got 1 minute to work.
Right now we'll see if Konrad will do the same thing again. Wait for the separation and then shoot for a takedown.
And we have the pressure. Let's see if we have another one of those short elbows coming from Paulus. Oh, that was a lovely one from Conrad. Now looking for the takedown this time. This time, Paulus on top. Hey.
Yeah, he set it up very well. He knew that Konrad will go for a takedown. When there will be at least a little space for him to go there, he went there, but Paulus was waiting for him with a beautiful sprawl. And now, finally, Paulus is enjoying.
Yeah, look at this.
He's enjoying the top position. He knows he needs a submission to win this fight, and he tried a leg lock there.
Dropped down, but the cage almost impeded him being able to extend and get that lock set in. But my goodness, what a flurry at the end. There was such respect between these two. 3 hard-fought rounds, but absolute credit to Conrad. What a well-executed game plan against an extremely dangerous opponent.
I must say, I'm impressed by both of these fighters. Konrad, with how relaxed he was in the stand-up, and also with the ease that he went for the takedowns. And Paulus, I was impressed by how he was calm when he was on the ground. He knew the time is running out, but he still was there even at the end of both second and third round to overturn, to change the position, to end up on the top. And we'll see how the judges saw it.
But there we go, a little look at the numbers within the fight. But you said it beautifully then, with Paulus in particular, he never broke mentally, and there's that thing, especially with a young fighter, where when they come under that sort of pressure, especially when they are undefeated, you might see a little mental crack, but you can't train hard. And what he's shown there, what he's shown his team, you can even see there to the Vate, still talking to his fighter there. They will have learned a lot from that loss, should it go that way. And I'm sure we will see that star rise again. But for my money, it looks like Michal Conrad will take the victory here in our Facebook, YouTube prelims. But what a performance for both of these men.
Dámy a pánové, známe vítěze tohoto zápasu. Podový rozhodčí viděli tento duel 29-27, 30-27 a 29-28. Vše ve prospěch vítěze, kterým se stává Miguel Konrad. Tak velká gratulace, Michale. Konečně série, už se dá říct, vítězství. Jak sladké to je?
Šéfe, šílenost. Dvě výhry v řadě jsem hodně dlouho neměl, ale jak jsem říkal, změnil jsem komplet hlavu a ten zápas jsem si prostě užíval, jako kdyby to byl sparring. Bylo to prostě, jak mělo být.
Pepa Král, tvůj trenér milovaný, první, co ti řekl po vlastně vítězném zápase, kdy nám všem bylo jasné, že jsi vyhrál, tak byla ta kritika za tu poslední minutu. Co to mělo jako být?
Já už jsem to chtěl vysvětlit. Bylo tak s tichotou, věděl jsem, že jdu 2-0 a říkám, teď už to nestane prostě. A zase poslední půl minuta, říkám, kdyby mě tam doloktoval, tak to vyhraju. Pak jdu tu nohu a už jsem viděl tmu, že teď jestli to ukončí, tak končím navždy.
Okay,
Ještě si jsem to udržel.
Pro mě 14 minut soustředění tentokrát stačilo. Gratuluju ještě jednou. Je někdo, koho by si rád proti sobě viděl příště?
Hele, není, koho mi dáš, s tím půjdu, nikdy jsem se nevybíral. Ale třeba s Dickem by to bylo hezký, si myslím, z Liberce.
OK.
Uvidíme. Můžu jenom poděkovat. Já to vždycky zapomenu, pak se všechny omlouvám. Bude to chvilička. Chci poděkovat celému týmu, Gorel MMA, nejlepší týmu, co jsem kdy měl, moji rodinu, hlavně Pepa Král, náš Black Belt, Raša a Chichi Boy a další trenéři, Ludi a td. Mojí rodině, která mě fakt podporuje a hlavně mojí přítelkyni Luci, že se mnou vydržela tu dietu a máme to doma zlato. Zítra jdem do cukrárny. Ahoj.
Už jsme ji taky viděli v nadohled, takže pozdravuj doma, gratuluju ještě jednou a hodně štěstí. Romane, vytrhnu tě tady z Atilových připomínek k tomu zápasu. Je asi stejně nespokojený jako ty. Co se s tebou stalo? Dneska si se vůbec do toho zápasu vlastně 14 minút nedostal.
Áno, tak teraz sme to akorát riešili s Atilkom. Hovoril som trénerom, že pred zápasom sa fakt, že super cítim, namotivovaný, úplne mi bolo dobre, energia dobrá a v tom zápase potom, keby to bolo presne naopak, že pred zápasom som sa cítil dobre a v zápase zle a napríklad keď som mal ten finálový zápas, tak som sa presne cítil naopak, že pred zápasom tak divno a v zápase úplne, že išlo mi všetko v podstate a tuto mi to nevyšlo, takže som troška z toho sklamaný, ale ideme ďalej, no. Teraz som dostal vynadaného trénerov a môžem sa zamyslet nad sebou.
Nedá se nic dělat, i tohle patří k dospělému MMA. Vítej mezi chlapy, dneska je to porážka, příště to bude určitě lepší. Děkujeme moc. Roman Paulus.
Michal Konrad is very happy to be back on the winning streak and he called out Kuba Dick from Liberec for his next fight and Roman Paulus said this was just not his night.
Letní drinky, dechberoucí atmosféra a to nejatraktivnější, co domácí MMA scéna nabízí. Není lepší místo pro návrat fanoušků zpět na tribuny, než právě nejkrásnější turnaj roku z ikonické pražské Štvanice. Přání se stanou skutečností. Nejkrásnější turnaj roku se letos uskuteční. Večer, na který nezapomenete a hlavně událost, bez které by léto nebylo kompletní.